Thank you for listening to Fem Talk 89 FM. And we welcome viewers on My TV as you tune into Femlink Pacific's Radio with Pictures, coming to you live from the historical Morrissey Memorial Church, or as we all know it as the Dilkusha Church.
It's all part of our 10th anniversary celebration. Fem Talk 89 FM was launched on May 5, 2004, and our very first broadcast was on May 25, 2004 as part of the commemoration of the International Women's Day, Peace and Disagreement.
Last week we were in Nandi with Idaho, and today our theme is communicating peace and development. So let's join Sharon to introduce members of Femlink Pacific's 1325 network members in Nausori.
Thank you, Bulo and Jasmine, and welcome back, and thank you for joining Fem Talk 89 FM's Radio with Pictures in Nausori, simulcast on My TV. In this segment, our topic is economic security. Femlink Pacific's monthly Women's Household Income Expenditure Survey provides the quantitative and qualitative evidence of the burden women are facing when it comes to poverty. We take a look at the economy through the eyes of women, whether it's on the floor of the rural or local market or in her home managing household budgets, trying to pay the bills, get the children to school, and keep your family well fed, clothed, and healthy. To discuss this issue, I welcome Philomena Karoy. Philomena, you are a member of the Dilkusha Women's Fellowship, but I also want to make mention that Philomena is actually a senior circuit steward of the church in which we're broadcasting from today, the Dilkusha Methodist Church. Thank you for joining us, Philo. I'm going to come to you, Charlotte, because you're at the market almost on a daily basis. What are you trying to earn at the market? What are the members of the Nausori Women's Market Club trying to earn? What's your target?
Well, in the market, when we get seasonal produce, so that means there's a lot in the market. So every second stall has got the same things that they sell. So when it gets off season, it gets very expensive. Plus, there's little in the market, and the cost is very high. Plus, you have to sell it at a price that you can get a profit. But when there's seasonal, you don't get any profit because every second stall has got it too. So it's whom they know, they're gonna go to buy. So you poor lady sitting in the front, you wouldn't get any sales. So the outcome of the day, you don't get any profit and your produce are left over.
Are most of your members, do they have permanent stalls, or do they come in on a weekly basis and they're selling outside the market?
In the market, we've got permanent vendors who come every day and they pay their stalls at the end of the week. And we have daily basis that they come on Thursdays and Fridays, when they've got produce to come and sell.
So what are the expenses like for you at the market right now? What are the costs you have to cover?
With me, I'm a middle woman, so I buy and sell. At the moment, there's shortage of vegetables in the market. The price of a bag of eggplant is about $45, and the price of a bag of cucumber that's 25 kg is about $50, and the carrot, a bag of 20 kg is $50 too. So you've got to have about $500 to spend in a day to get your produce to sell on your table.
Okay, so the women are buying from you. How does that work? So you're buying from the supplier, you bring it to the market. Are you selling it directly, or do other women come and buy from you and sell? How does that work?
What we do in the market, we've got a few market vendors that they buy from Suva, from the Singatoka farmers, and they bring it down to Nausori, and we buy from them, and we retail it on our stores. Okay. Or if sometimes in Fijian they got these weddings or birthdays, so they'll come direct to you and buy it from you on a wholesale basis.
And you're lucky then because you have a big sale, but does that happen very often?
No.
So for a woman at the market right now, for the members of your club, what does it mean to make ends meet? What's the bare minimum they're trying to earn?
Well, in the market, to me, you'll have to buy what is off season in the market, so that the customers will come to you and they will know your stall. Automatically, the next day will they come back to you. So at least you can get your profit.
And what is profit? How much is profit?
A profit is about, well, lucky if a vendor now goes home with about $30 to $50 in her pocket.
When we first started doing the market report back in 2001, a woman in the Lautoka market said to me, well, there's two women, said two things. One, people come and buy at the end of the day and they only buy half. So if I'm trying to sell a heap of bindi for $1, they'll come and buy 50 cents worth. And another woman said, it's actually easier if people come and buy from my doorstep and then I don't have to go to the market. Are these issues that are still relevant today, 13 years on?
Yes, it is. It all depends on you as a vendor. Like to me, I come to the market, I got plenty customers who will come and buy from my table. Like restaurants, schools, and like if you like buying from the doorstep, it depends on who knows you to come and buy from there. And plus, you'll have to give orders first, especially on schools or pigeon dunes. Then it depends if you have that much. Whereas in the market, you can. Like, I've got a bag of eggplant I'm selling. If somebody comes, we're having a death. I need a bag of eggplant. What I will do, I'll just run across, I get a bag from there and put on my profit and sell it to them.
So you're very smart, aren't you? Are you sharing this with your women's club members
Of course
as
I
well?
do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nausori markets, there's going to be a relocation, there's a lot of development being planned. Have you been involved in the planning of the new market?
Yes.
What
a
are you
bit.
looking forward to in the new market?
Especially the issues from the women, what they want.
Yes, and what is that? What have they been wanting?
Stalls, the distribution of stalls to be evenly, and the cost of your produce. If we could, like the farmers and us, middlemen, to be the same. Because when farmers come,
Their
they
prices are
struggle their
lower.
own way, and we are left behind. If we could have ends meet together, like prices,
Yeah.
yeah.
So have like a standard rate. It's like if you go to the supermarket, it's like $4.99 a kilo. Let it just be $4.99 a
Right.
kilo. Okay. And what about the conveniences, the health, the
Yes,
access
that
to
is
toilets?
one of their issues too. Convenience and showers for shelters and showers for the. I mean, if you get the shelter, that all comes in.
With the bathroom.
Especially with the women who comes right from the interior.
How far are they traveling, your members? How far? When you say interior,
Interior of Nausori, and they come right from Riau and Tailevu. And when they come, they have to come on Friday afternoon. So Friday afternoon, they'll be selling on Saturday morning. So they don't have any shelter. They always come and sleep on the footpath. And when it's raining, it's very hard for them. And plus their produce, there's no security to look after their.
why do these women still come down? I mean, is there no one else that could be selling the produce for them? Why do the women choose to come to the market?
Well, as to my, as a mother, you come and sell, you know what to buy for the house. As a man, I don't think so. He'll just think of himself.
Okay, thank you so much, Charlotte. We'll come back to you with some more ideas. Alessi, she's talked about mothers and their roles and responsibilities. I know you have a concern for single mothers.
Unemployed.
And unemployed single mothers. What's the situation? What are you concerned about?
When they are unemployed, they have this no self-confidence. And what I'm concerned about is for us to give them support, because most of these single mothers, they are talented, and their main concern are their children. And first, they'll need the support from the family members and the community, financially and both assistance, in looking after their children so that they can go out into making money, into these income-generating projects.
In the previous segment, we were talking about, Shalini raised the issue of child protection. How important is that for single mothers as part of their economic security, to also know that their children are safe if they're going out to work or run their businesses, even at the market? Yeah.
I would say that that would be the most important aim in every day. They have to know who's looking after their children and if they are safe. And then to what I believe, most single mothers will then leave the house until and unless they know that their children are safe. And if we have this support from the family members, or even, for example, create nurseries, even in villages, where some elderly can look after the children as a whole, like they come and they help. And or even I have some ideas coming from the ladies, while we did the talking the other day, where the community, they can all help in collecting money and paying for their fees when they go to kindergartens, because most of these mothers, single mothers, they'll need the financial support. And if there are people out there who are able and are capable of allowing themselves to even spare a little bit of money that they earn in helping these single mothers, definitely they will have the confidence to go out and engage themselves in all these income generating projects.
The village kindergarten or the community kindergarten is a really important space for women and for families, whether they're working families or single mothers. Speaking of kindergartens, there's one attached to the Dilkusha Church, Philomena. Philomena, the social support. So we talk about economic security, whether it's the cost of living, having enough money, the support for the market vendors or single mothers, but what is that kind of social and community support do you think that's needed, particularly when people are facing hard times?
Shannon is kindergarten, not only in the Kusha area. They come right as far as Makasi, Miles, and Baraka, Wailan. And I'm sure a lot of them really appreciate what we do here. And yes, the whole community is supportive.
Okay, that's really good to know. So what are your recommendations as far as improving women and their communities' economic security? Philo?
Well, I recommend that there should be more financial support from NGOs and other Australian aid like USAID and all, to come directly to the women's group and channeled to each women's group instead of diverting it here and there. And then when it reaches the women's group, it only trickles down.
Okay. Prem, Prem Malapratap, what is your recommendation as far as helping people, helping your members, helping communities feel more economically secure?
By giving them more awareness on example, gardening, cooking, sewing, etc. So that they can learn more, and especially agriculture side, they can learn how to use manure, just like homemade, because we have done one workshop last year, and we have learned that we can use firewood ashes and washing powder mixed with water and chili powder. So you can spray it on the veggies, and that has worked, and we have tried it, and it's easy method, because when you will go to the shop and buy Wothin or manure, or you can use farm manure, you can breed some chickens, and with that money, you can use it in your farm or backyard gardening. And so that ladies can, by doing this sort of farming, they can earn some extra dollars for their living.
Or grow their own avocado, maybe.
Yeah.
Charlotte, what's your recommendation? There's a new market coming up. What's your recommendation in relation to the status of women who work in the markets?
My recommendation is for the vendors to change their products or produce,
To diversify.
to diversify. Like if you're selling cassava, at the moment the market is so much. You buy a bag of cassava for $10. That was yesterday. So if it's hard to sow it or to sell it raw, what you can do, you can make it into chips and pack it and sell it in the market. So your neighbor sells the raw one, whereas you sell the cooked one. So the kids, when they come back from school, sell it for 50 cents. They will buy it and it's faster. So you get some earning for a day.
For the market vendors, because they are in the market, how could they access this kind of training? Where would they go, or does the training need to come to them?
In the market, I've got my members of the club, and we are under UN Women, and they sort of give us trainings. Just on Monday and Tuesday, we had 2 days of training for leadership role. So we can ask them, and I know they will help us.
Excellent. So, Alessi, you're talking about recommendations for single unemployed mothers. In the last segment, there was a recommendation from Pushpa that maybe what Nausori needs is a central women's vocational center that could provide a whole range of training programs rather than in specific communities, but bring everyone together. A bit like the kindergarten here, they come from everywhere, don't they? Would that be the kind of training facility you would like to see, or do you have more ideas?
That would be wonderful with those training facilities. But my key recommendation would be the moral support. Once these mothers have moral support, they can be able to leave their houses and go to those trainings that should be, like we'll be having or holding in the places. Because as I've highlighted earlier, their key responsibility would be their children first. When they get this support and those assistance, financial assistance, then they would be able to go out and take part in those income generating projects like the ones you've mentioned.
Okay. Before we wrap up, the national budget is usually announced in November. If you had one recommendation for the national budget for 2015, what would that be, Philomena?
Well, as you know, women are the backbone of every family. There should be more assistance for the women, because if women are empowered, they can do better job than men. They can make a lot of businesses to make the family alleviate that poverty they're preaching every time. Give the chance to the women.
Okay, well, I think you're all going to agree with that one, yes? So thank you very much. Philomena Koroy from the Dilkusha Women's Fellowship and a senior circuit steward of this church. Prem Malapratap of the Rewa Sanatha Nari Sabha and the vice president of the Sanatha Nari Sabha Fiji. Alessi Mbaro of Lomanikoro and Charlotte Delasau taking time off from the market as the president of the Nausori Women Market Vendors Club. Thanks for joining us, and after the break we are going to be discussing health security.
Thank you, Sharon. And a reminder that if you are in Suva, you can tune in to Femtalk 89 FM Suva from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. all weekend. And Femtalk 89 FM Lambasa can be heard from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on weekdays.
After the break, we continue with Fem Talk 89 FM's Radio with Pictures.